Okay, welcome. This is Chris, and today we have Marcos and Costa, and today we're going to talk about the Minotaur Client Service Program.
Yep.
Yes.
So welcome from USA, Australia,
Thank you.
thanks.
and now in UAE since a week.
Yep.
Yeah, amazing.
Yeah.
Beautiful place, huh?
Yes.
Best place in the world.
Yes.
It's
That's why
been
you're
great.
here. Yeah.
We're expanding our client base internationally, and we're really excited to be talking about the client services program that we're going to be offering.
Right.
So let's dive into it.
Yeah. We can tell me a bit about the background. How did it actually start, and what's the meaning behind it?
Yeah, so the Minotaur Trading Systems is we're an algorithmic trading software development company. The particular strategy that we've got, we've been working on it for around 3 years in total, and it's predominantly focused on Bitcoin trading. What we're able to do is deploy our algorithm into our clients' accounts, sharing, using platforms like TradingView and our API connections through exchanges to enable our clients to be able to take advantage of the trading software that we've developed. Yeah.
Right.
It sounds amazing, isn't it?
Yeah.
But you've been developing 3 years.
Yes.
It must be so complicated as well.
Yes.
Because I hear a lot of people, they create some softwares and bots, and they say they need a couple of weeks. So what's the difference compared to yours?
Actually, maybe Marcus can discuss that. He was actually one of our clients to begin with.
Yeah.
And he came on originally when we had one of the original versions of the algorithm. And he was one of the key players in getting the strategy to where it was. And it's taken about 2 years and lots of development time to get it to where it is today.
Yeah. It has been a journey. With the financial conditions that's going on in the world with central banks and all of that, we were looking for something that we could attach to Bitcoin. It's a foundational asset. I don't think we have to argue its value and where it's going in the world. So with that in mind, we were looking for a way to trade it effectively, right? So my background being in finance for decades ago, I was able to see the institutions were leveraging algorithms have been around since '71, since the NASDAQ, right? And but they were out of hand of smaller entities like ourselves, and retail had no access to it. When crypto came out and Web3, it opened the door for that technology to be accessible to small companies and retail, right? So with respect to that, I was personally looking for an algorithm myself, and I found Minotaur after first.
When was that?
This was 3 years ago.
3 years ago,
Yeah.
okay.
And kissed a lot of frogs and bought some bad solutions, some very cheaply constructed solutions, but I found the Minotaur.
But what made you choose Minotaur compared to the other ones when you were doing research already?
Yeah, what made me choose Minotaur was first you can see their face,
Like now, we're willing to talk about our system.
There's people behind it.
There was people
Correct.
behind it.
Yeah.
Costa had put a lot of attention to detail and personal time in it. And actually, they had the best solution set at that time anyway. They were the leaders even then. So I bought the product. They had multiple versions of algorithms at that time, tested all of them, and saw the potential of the accumulator. And I also saw the potential of the team behind it. So that opened up into a dialogue between all of us, and then an invitation to join the company. So I've come on to help develop it. So the development goals have been to let's make an institutional quality algorithm, not something that's simple or thinly constructed. I mean, something that can actually be that you can rely on and run larger amounts of capital through. You can come up with a very simple solution, but that's fine for a few $1,000s. But when you start talking about larger amounts of capital, it has to be incredibly reliable.
Like 50,000, 100,000,
Yes.
$500,000,
And
1
more.
million,
Yeah,
and
right,
more,
right.
100 million, 200 million.
Correct.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow.
And that's the work that we've been doing for 3 years.
Wow.
Yeah, and that's really what the client services allows us to do. It's an institutional grade version of the algorithm that is going to allow us to service much larger clients. So whether they're high net worth individuals, family offices, even potentially other hedge funds, we're able to essentially, give access to the tools that we've been using to trade Bitcoin in this way. and for someone who's interested to work with us to plug
Mhm.
directly into the system themselves.
So as you mentioned, it's a plug and play system. So the user, if so, for example, I'm the customer, the client,
Yes.
and I want to, or I have like say 100,000 USD
Yeah.
in Bitcoin. So you plug it into my wallet, which I understand.
Into
So
the
I don't
exchange.
into the exchange. Do I
Yeah.
have a risk?
Well, it's a really good question. So the most important thing is that we don't take any custody of our clients' funds. So we're not an account manager, we're not a portfolio manager, we're simply a software and a tool. So what that means for you as a client is that you're able to pick an exchange of your choice. Again, we're an international company,
Right.
so you can use any of the major
So
exchanges at the
Kraken,
moment.
Bitcoin, for
Bitcoin,
example.
Binance,
Finance.
Bybit,
Bybit.
BitGet, anywhere in the world, you will find a solution that we can plug into. And then you're able to put your funds onto that platform
Mhm.
and then via an API connection, plug into the tools that we share with you, which then enable the trading to occur, which effectively does make it a plug and play system. There are a few decisions you need to make before it's deployed. But once it's all been engineered, it doesn't require any kind of involvement on a daily basis at all from our clients. Yeah, which is cool.
But is there any risk? For example, you say with the API, can you take my money from my wallet?
Another good question. So the answer is no. So the API connection, when you build it yourself, because you have to connect the API, usually on these platforms there is no way to withdraw funds via an API. Firstly, secondly, you also have a list of permissions that you can allow, and of course, the only thing you need to tick the box off of is initiating a trade. And that's the only thing that the API will then allow to do is whatever you've instructed it to do. So you've got complete control of that at all times.
Yeah, I think that's one of the biggest
Right.
things, concerns, because I know myself,
Right.
and I've lost a few thousand. It's not
Right.
like
Yeah.
much, but I
Right.
know a lot of people, if they get access to wallet,
They take the money
Absolutely.
out, of
it's
course.
it's gone. Of course,
Right.
you can see your face, but if
Right.
you someone there with 100 million,
Yeah.
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 You can
yeah,
change.
That's one of the biggest
Right.
strengths that we have is the
Right.
fact that we don't take custody of
We
funds, and at any moment the client can stop the system, stop the trades, stop anything that's going on, and completely withdraw their funds into their own accounts. Nothing has anything to do with us. So that's actually one of our biggest strong points,
Right.
is that in that way our clients have full control.
and the thing is, a lot of people who trade with crypto or Bitcoin, some of them maybe don't have any idea about it, do they? They just have a lot of money
Right.
and they have Bitcoin.
Right.
But that's the key part, because if you don't know what API is, what the connection is, because people can still think, oh, you're going to take my money, you're going
Right.
to take my wallet, because there's
Right.
so many like scams going around the world, you
Correct.
know.
Right.
So I think as you're doing it, you're showing your faces.
Right.
You go on all the fairs. You're in Singapore, Las Vegas, Abu
Yes, that's
Dhabi.
right.
You know,
Right.
you're really showing we are here. We are legit. We are true. And I think that's, you say, is you're standing out from all the
Yeah.
other rest.
Yeah, and we're not going anywhere.
Yeah.
You know, and we're building this thing on the most secure, simplest way to execute with respect to the client's
Yeah.
concerns.
Yeah.
You know, if I'm a person or an investor with a large amount of capital, I want to be in control of my capital. I don't have a lot of time. I don't want to be having to do a lot of management and hands-on, because most people with capital are busy people.
Yeah.
And they don't have a lot of time resource. So they want something simple and safe, and they just need to be able to check the performance.
Yeah.
You know,
I can
that's-
just
yeah.
confirm that, because I've
Yeah.
started last year, and now since a few weeks I've really gone into it.
Yeah.
And that's why I was looking for
Yeah,
something
Yeah.
something easy.
Yeah.
That's
You
it.
can do anywhere,
Yeah.
anywhere in the world.
Right.
And if something happens in the world, you can
Right.
still do it.
Correct.
And you still make money.
Right.
And you're surviving.
Right.
Correct.
So it's a key thing. What are the biggest challenges you think people face with the trading, with the Bitcoin?
Well, firstly, I think that, look, we're a solution to a problem, and the problem that we're seeing at the moment is there are a lot of people out there that have accumulated a lot of wealth in Bitcoin. However, the asset is pretty non-productive. It means that you can't really do anything with it unless you sell it. So we have two value propositions. The first thing is you can simply use our system to trade Bitcoin and just generate a positive cash flow, right? So instead of leaving money sitting in a bank or in some mutual fund where you're paying fees regardless of if it's good performance or not, what you're able to do with us is plug into our tool with, let's say, a portion of USDT and generate returns from it. Now, that's fantastic. But secondly, as we said, Bitcoin being really a non-productive asset, with a lot of these exchanges, for example, Binance, Bybit, and Bitget, you have what's called multi-commodity or unified trading account. So you're able to actually use your Bitcoin as collateral, and we're able to then use that collateral to generate returns by trading the futures and derivatives market using the algorithm itself. So what does that mean? Well, it means that asset Bitcoin is now able to generate positive cash flow and income from this business activity, which is fantastic, right? It's almost like earning rent on your Bitcoin. It's also a way to mean that you never have to sell your Bitcoin, because if suddenly now you can generate returns from it, then why would you sell it? It's now a productive asset, like a piece of real estate that's earning really good rent. So the problem that we're solving is this whole thing of like, well, I've got all this Bitcoin. What am I going to do with it? Well, this is a solution. And it's one that doesn't get you into debt, because there's a lot of loaning platforms out there, which is pretty much the only competitor to us. But everyone knows that it's better to generate an income than to put yourself into debt. So we think this is a much more powerful solution.
And what's the average rate you can receive a month? If you have, like say, 1 million, is it 2%, 3%, 5%,
Yeah.
10%?
So again, being a technology tool, and we don't like to promise any kind of performance, but we can look at what the targets and what it's been in the past, and usually we're seeing anywhere from 3 to 5%.
They're guaranteed?
No, there absolutely no
Is it
guarantees.
99%?
There's no guarantees.
Why don't you give a guarantee out?
Because not being an asset manager, we're not allowed to. We're just a tool
It's
provider.
legit.
And another reason you don't give a guarantee is it's subject to market conditions.
Yeah.
Correct.
That no one is in control of. And if there are parties out
Can
there,
always something
right,
happen.
if
Yeah.
if there are
Right.
parties out there making guarantees, then that's
Yeah.
probably a misstatement, right?
Yeah.
So the reason you can't really give a guarantee is we cannot predict or guarantee the price action of Bitcoin in the future. We have a very high confidence level and high probability that it will continue. However, we don't, give guarantees. And the returns that Costa's mentioning is a product of averaging. You're going to have months that are somewhat lower than 3%, and then you might have a month that's higher. So it averages out to about 3%.
Yeah.
So this is an important one. So the markets, if they go up and down, how does it adapt with your software?
The reason it's an institutional grade algorithm is for that very purpose, right? So it's built to sustain down markets first. We build it defensively, right? It's built for defense. And it's built on 3 fundamental trading strategies that have been tried and true over years of development, right? It's no question that the market breaks down into mean reversion, trend following, and DCA. That's what it's built on. And those principles or those foundations are timeless. So if you have a great asset or a good asset that's going up over time, then the algorithm can perform those 3 duties. So as the market is going down, the algorithm is using its DCA capabilities to average in or buy more asset at lower prices. So in doing that, you're lowering your average order, or your average, you're lowering your average cost basis in the asset. And then on the first rallies, because markets rally from time to time, right? And on the rallies is when we take profit, and you're able to reset your capital at the new lower price, and you do the process over. So essentially, the algorithm can trade itself down to 0.
Yeah, so it's a price agnostic trading system. In other words, that if Bitcoin's price is going up, down, or sideways, given enough time, the algorithm will always generate positive returns. That's how it's structurally built. Which is fantastic, because it means that the returns are fairly predictable. And then we have the ranges and the targets that we have from our backtesting results as well, and they've been really solid over the last sort of 5 years.
Wow.
And then in bullish conditions, the algorithm is a trend follower also. So it's always attempting to find a new trend, and then it takes advantage of that as well. Yeah.
And how do the clients stay informed from the system? Do they have a tracking tool, a dashboard?
Great question.
Yeah.
So all our client services, clients are given a personal dashboard that will allow them to check up on any performance that's happening, what trades are being generated. They're also given an account manager and a personalized Slack channel that also consists of most of the executives of the Minotaur team. that allows them to contact us at any time to get updates. They're able to generate reports on demand. We also do quarterly reporting as well. And if they need to make adjustments or if they want to add funds or remove funds, we've got someone pretty much on call 24/7 to take those calls as well if they need to. So again, because everything is within the client's control, we're there to basically help them whenever they need it through our support structure.
You think of it like a concierge service.
Correct.
So that's why you can be so relaxed recording this video.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yes,
Everything's structured.
The
Huh?
structure
Correct.
very clean. Yes.
Correct.
very efficient.
And a word on the billing as well is that because everything's done through our client's account, we simply invoice quarterly
Statement,
and
yeah.
charge a service fee for the use of the tool, and that's it. So it's very,
Okay.
very clean, very, very
Yeah, that
straightforward.
was actually my next question. Okay, so you charge them and you supply them with an invoice.
Correct.
Is it quarterly?
Quarterly, we charge quarterly, and it's a service fee based on the
So
trading volume.
the client pays on a credit card, on a wire transfer?
Anything really, we can
Yeah,
do
we can do
crypto.
credit cards,
Whatever's-
crypto,
whatever's
bank
going-
transfers.
Yeah, we accept
Well,
Bitcoin.
yeah.
Within how many days you have to pay?
Yeah, so it's pretty basic stuff. You know, we've got 7 days from the issuing
Yeah.
of the invoice, and
Yeah.
It's a
you know,
statement, yes.
So it's legit, like the client has no risk. There's no risk.
if you put it like that, really, they have nothing to lose.
Nothing to
give
lose,
this,
you could
to
say
give
that.
this an attempt.
Let's just say without the inherent risks that are already in the marketplace,
Yeah.
Correct.
there's no additional risk.
Yeah, look, there's always risk trading,
Yeah.
right? No one has a crystal ball. No one can
Right.
predict the future, but we do our best to build an algorithm that's structurally sound,
Mhm.
that's statistically trading within a range that has been historically solid over the complete history of Bitcoin. It's incredibly robust. It can survive both extreme bear market scenarios, black swan events. Algorithms are particularly good at this because they remove all the emotion that comes from trading.
Right.
It removes impulsiveness. It's mathematically engineered to distribute capital in the most efficient way possible. And all we need to do is just sit back and watch it. It's that
Right.
simple.
Wow. Personal question. Since when have you been like trading yourself, being in the crypto market, Bitcoin space?
Yeah.
Is it right from the beginning when it started? Or how did you get into it?
Yeah. Me personally, I've traded markets before that,
Yeah.
all the way back in 1999. And obviously, from your question, crypto from the beginning, right?
When did it actually start? What year was it? Like when that,
Crypto for-
20 years? No,
It's a bit like
no,
16.
Yeah, 16, but
16 years.
my
Yeah,
my
about 16
foray
years.
into crypto hasn't been that long. Started trading crypto probably 5 or 6 years ago.
Mhm.
I was just candidly, explain this. I was kind of against crypto when it first came out. I'm an old school kind of institution. I was S&P.
But you still
yeah.
went
Yeah,
like,
I
what
went
is
through
that?
I went through the process. Now I'm 100%.
Yeah.
But I started a little bit slow. I was like, "What is this crypto thing?" But it's my preferred asset now of choice is the crypto. But we started. But the reason we got into the algorithm is it's actually saves from discretionary. When you're making manual trades, it's a lot of work. There's a lot that can go wrong if you're not paying attention. There's emotional stress, and algorithms remove all of that. So,
But and then in the end, you also took a risk, didn't you? Because
Yeah.
you don't need to. You have money.
right.
You didn't
right,
have to invest,
Right.
become
right,
like a partner, or invest your
right,
crypto
right.
and go to another level, come to Dubai,
Yeah.
Travel the world. You could be in America.
Right.
You have a relaxed life.
But you know why it was done? It didn't take me long to figure out there's what's my alternative. I'm going to stay in commercial real estate. I'm going to run a traditional business. I'm going to stay in fiat or dollars denominated assets. It didn't take me long to determine that this is the best thing for me.
But it's something brand new that time, and you knew the other things, but you had to learn the new.
Over time.
Yeah,
over time.
but still going into that,
Yes,
it's like
yes,
a risk
yes,
thing as
yes,
well.
yes.
But you made the right decision.
Yeah,
huh?
oh yes, 100% now.
And to add to that, there's also a distinction between crypto and Bitcoin. And I got into this in 2021, 2022, and I learned my lesson by getting burnt trading crypto.
Yeah.
Crypto is all the other altcoins, and these promise extremely high returns very, very quickly, but these also collapse almost to
quickly.
worthless very quickly. So what we learned from that experience, from losing money in the markets, is that Even though you might think Bitcoin's expensive, I think today it's around 116,000. This might not age well. It might be 500,000 by the time you watch it. But Bitcoin is really the mother of all these assets. And what we've done with our algorithm is people always ask, like, why don't you trade Solana? Why don't you trade Ethereum? They're more volatile. You could get better returns. Yes, but I can't protect myself as well as I can with Bitcoin. So we don't try to be the master of everything. We try to be the master of one. And we've decided to be experts at algorithmically trading Bitcoin. And I know I've discussed with you, Chris, because, we spent some time together in the last few days. But, what does this asset give you? And it gives you really what we think is something that is borderless, something that is super, super high liquid, something essentially that everyone wants.
Recognized collateral.
Correct. And something that you can run from anywhere in the world.
Right.
So, we believe that Bitcoin is like the real estate of the internet and the best product of the future. And what we're doing as a company is providing a service where we're able to capitalize on the ownership of that or capitalize on the volatility of it to generate real cash in real time.
Yeah, I can just confirm it because I've been like I'm new in the market, and I've set up companies here in Dubai. I also do real estate. But now I've changed my mind. It's like an add-on which I'm talking about. That's why it's good. You also learn your trade. When people ask you, you know what you're talking about. So it is for me also guaranteed 1,000% the future. You need to know about it. You need to have Bitcoin. You need to have crypto. You need to be in the market to understand it. If you're not into it, and there's still, I think better. I think it's still probably 99% haven't even touched it. They don't even go into it. And I think that's important to have more people to understand it because it could be a day that
it's coming.
It's coming.
It's coming. That I will say for time purposes, timestamp. It's coming because Bitcoin is an absorption of inflation. It absorbs inflation. So we're in an inflation-based world. It's all based on debt and central banks creating debt and money from debt. So Bitcoin is the absorption of that inflation. So it's going to benefit from that. And these world economies can't change that. I mean, just since we were here in Dubai, we've been watching, I get the chance in Dubai to watch the international news because in the United States, it's kind of a closed circuit of news that's more relevant to the US and you kind of get in a vacuum. But here in Dubai, it's international. So you see all these other international news feeds and the world is having the same money problems everywhere.
And Emirates just, you can book your Emirates flights now with Bitcoin.
I saw that.
I noticed.
That's a good another reason to accumulate Bitcoin using a system.
do it earlier than later. Yes.
So what's the last thing, like the listeners watching this video now, which can like decide on trading with your software and become a client?
Yeah, so I guess the barrier to entry is very, very small, right? We're able to connect with anyone internationally. Once you've allocated an exchange, it's a really simple process to just basically connect with our tools and let them run. We have the client services dashboard. We've got dedicated Slack channels with account managers for all our new clients, and it's very, very easy to get set up. The whole process can take less than 3 days, and this is the perfect trading system for people that have absolutely no idea what they're doing. It's also really good for people with large amounts of capital that don't want to trust themselves with this level of systematic trading. They don't want to do it themselves because they've got a professional team behind it. So very easy to connect with us and to get started right away.
So we have one video call, a Zoom call.
Yeah, we're offering Zoom calls or Google Meet calls.
You have personal meetings as well?
Yeah, we do personal meetings, and people can just probably somewhere around this video there's a link for you to book a call and have a chat with us further. Or speak with Chris directly as well.
I'm gonna do it. And you just before the interview, you just close the client, huh?
We did.
We did.
Kind of explain
it's working here in UAE.
We did close the client on the way here.
We did.
Last question, why did you choose also to come to UAE?
So we came to the UAE because of the licenses and the regulatory framework of one of the free zones here. Because we're operating internationally, it made sense to be in a place that is an international hub. So it's kind of in the middle between the US and Australia. A lot of our teams in the UK as well. So we wanted sort of a centralized point, and this is where we are now.
Plus, the UAE is going through great strides to welcome business people. They are creating programs and incentives to come here from tier 1 countries or other countries, and this is just becoming a mecca of small business and intermediate sized business and business people. So we needed to be here, and I think futuristically speaking, the UAE, Dubai, Abu Dhabi, they're going to be very, very crypto friendly destinations as well. So we have to be here, as a result.
Yeah, very good.
Yeah.
So wish all the luck. We work together, and many more clients to come and make. And it's not like just have clients; it's you helping people as well.
Yes.
You helping.
Yeah,
people,
we really do feel like that, and we do get that a lot. And people can check out our YouTube channel. We do conversations with clients, and we hear about it all the time. This is a really good way to generate consistent returns with one of the best performing assets of the last decade. So in our minds, it's a no-brainer. Especially with a system that works as well as ours do, as everyone here can vouch for.
And you're reinvesting profits into your business. You're traveling.
Right.
You book this podcast.
Right.
Yeah.
You open the license. You come to UAE.
Yeah.
A few weeks you go into Singapore. So it's not like you're just keeping the money. You're reinvesting to grow.
Yeah, and we're meeting clients everywhere we go, which is exciting.
Working and partnering with individuals like you, and that's part of the process. Look at how our relationships have grown, and working with you, partnering with you as well.
Yeah.
So that's the business model. That's what we're doing.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Nice. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Absolutely.
Thanks very much, Chris.
Yeah.